friends, how are you? This is Vikram. Okay, so in the video la namba enna paaka porona PhD admission. Okay, what is the PhD admissions, how the process will be done, what are all the various requirement. So this is the notification of University of Madras PhD notifications, general instruction. Okay, so this will be the format, this will be the complete format or notification you will see in the university site. Okay, so all this information whatever you required for applying for PhD in University of Madras, they detailedly give in the PhD regulation PDF that you can see in the blue color. Okay, here, so once you download it, you will get the PDF version of this. Okay, so this is the complete regulation, all A to Z, that is you required to know for the PhD from the Madras University. Okay, so after you download it, you will see this kind of PDF. So I only marked whatever the information you are required. First is the eligible criteria. So the program is twice in a year. Okay, so you will get it twice in a year, you will get the notification, that is one in January and another one is July. So for January admission you will get notification in December, for July you will get notification in the June every year. So that notification is just we have seen before, so that is the format of the notification. Okay, so this after you get the notification, okay, you have to read through this complete PDF for applying the required program to the Madras University. Okay, so the main requirement is performance in the entrance exam and the marks you obtain in your PG degree. These are the two important component for the admission. Okay, first we'll see what is the minimum educational qualification. So minimum education qualification is the standard pattern, that is you should finish in this 10th, 12th and a UG degree, that is 3 years or more years. Okay, that is 4 years of engineering also. So that should be the standard minimum education qualification. So you should have a PG degree from a UGC recognized university. Okay, so in the net you can see what are all the UGC recognized university. You can get the info from the internet, what are the UGC recognized university. Okay, so maximum universities, well-known universities are UGC recognized, so you no need to worry about it. The main catch here is you have to have 55% of marks in aggregate in your PG degree, that is the minimum eligibility. Okay, so we have to make sure that either you are following 10 plus 2 plus 3, that is the first qualification. Second qualification is the PG from the UGC recognized university, and your marks should be 55%. Okay, so those who are currently pursuing master's degree, you must ensure that you should score 55% or more, because it is a competitive procedure. Okay, so here also they have mentioned that satisfied 55%, and there is some 5% of relaxation for SC and ST personals. Okay, so the PG degree faculties, if you see, you can get arts, science, fine arts, languages, commerce, even physical education, PT, management, law. So these are the faculties in which you can do your PhD. Okay, so the next important information is that if you people are who's working in services, Army, Navy or Air Force, and if they have done courses like this, so they are exempted from submitting their higher secondary educations and other certificates. Okay, so here there is an important information for us, that is PG course is mandatory, or PG course is the basis for award of PhD degree, which means they are saying your PG course and PhD course should be same. That is, if you done PG in psychology, your PhD should be in psychology only. That is, it should be a same subject or same discipline. Okay, that you have to be very, very clear. Okay, so this I have mentioned that relaxation of 5% of marks, that is 55 to 50% for SC and ST only. Okay, and criteria for different modes. So in PhD there are two modes in Madras University, that is one is PhD full time and another one is PhD part time also you can do it. Okay, but the only thing is eligibility condition for both the modes are same. Okay, so these are the PhD part time. So for full time you can see this is the for full time, for doing full time. So any kind of, for example, technical assistants, project fellow, project assistants, training assistants, research fellow. Okay, So even you can teach while doing the PhD full-time course also, and this is the PhD part-time. So these are the various clauses they are given who can apply. So maximum people will generally come under this. Even for non-teaching professionals also, people who are working in IT also, okay, all people can all people can apply for the part-time program. So the only thing is that you have to submit all these things, that is you are pursuing this, so you have to get the NOC certificate from your employer, that is saying that okay, you are permitted to pursue the part-time basis, okay, you will be relieved of your duties, okay. So all this this is the no objection certificate they have given, that is okay. And the main important is procedure of admission, how the admission will be taken, okay. So the admission for PhD in Madras University is through entrance test. There will be an entrance test that will be conducted by the respective departments or research institution, okay. If you already appeared for University Grant Commission Junior Research Fellow, JRF, or all this, okay, so you can directly apply without an entrance test any time of the year, okay. There is a if people who don't know what is it, this is the Junior Research Fellowship. This is the All India PhD Research Fellowship examination, okay. And the second selection procedure is merit. It is a merit base, and 50% of marks shall be from the qualifying examination, that is PG, and another 50% from the entrance exam, okay. So your both PG mark and your entrance examination marks will be taken. Based upon this, they will make the merit list, okay. And this admission procedure, all this procedure will be done by the respective departments, okay. They will conduct all this exam. So they will have a department selection committee, they will conduct an entrance exam, and they will prepare a merit list, okay. And they will definitely, after that, they will give the PhD admission letter, okay. So that is the very, very important. And entrance exam, if you see entrance exam, as I mentioned, it is by the respective department only. Maximum mark is 50 marks, that is in this 50 they have divided 35 and 15, 35 for written and 15 for oral exam, okay. So you have to have out of 50, minimum passing is 25 marks. So here you have to score at least 25 marks, and of course there is a concession of 5% of mark for SC and ST or differently abled category, okay. But this is the minimum passing mark. After that, based upon the mark, there will be a merit list will be made. So your aim should not be just getting the pass mark, but also have a good marks in the entrance as well as your PG exam, okay. So that is why your PG entrance exam, PG whatever you are studying, that is very, very important. So this exam, if you see, it is both objective and descriptive types. So the 35 marks can be objective as well as the descriptive, that is choose the best answer also can be there, and at the same time you have to write, that is 5 marks, 10 marks questions also will be there within the 1 month, okay. So all the announcement will be made, result will be made, and you will be given a research supervisor also. So that is there, they made a list based upon your topic, research interest, so they will make a research supervisor as a conveyor, okay. So this is convener. So once you have to do the registration of the PhD. It has to be done within 1 month after getting the permission from the university, okay. So this is after, once you cleared, you got your name on that merit list, you have to get the registration, okay. So they are saying this is the coursework for any PhD for India as well as the outside the country. So you have to have some coursework, because in PhD is basically it is of research heavy, okay. So you have to complete all these course 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay. Course 1 we have research and publication ethics. How will you conduct your research and how will you publish your report, research report, and the ethics is playing a very important role. So that topic has to be you have to complete this course, and research methodology and the advanced course in the respective subject. So all this, and you have to earn this credit, okay. So this generally you have to complete in 1 semester. However, you will be given sufficiently of 2 that is 1 year. 1 year they will give in this, while you are doing PhD, you have to complete this coursework. So this is also a proper examination. This is also subjective paper. Okay, you have to pass in all this paper. So the candidate admitted with, if you have only PG qualification, you have to go through all the 4 paper which I have mentioned earlier. That is very, very important. Okay, so and this paper, whatever I have said, that is 3 hours paper for 100 marks each. Okay, and you have to have 55% of mark as a passing mark. Okay, next important is what is the duration, attendance and leave rules. So PhD, as we all know, it is 3 years minimum. This is the 3 years, and maximum for as per our Madras University, they have here they have mentioned 3 years, and it is maximum is 6 years you have to complete. Okay, so there will be a concession for the upper limit, that is you can sometimes have 7, or at last it is 8. At last it is the 8 years. Okay. Okay, sorry, we have actually moved out. Okay, from here they have mentioned it should not exceed more than 8 years. Okay, so there is we also know that a PhD is always stipend or non-stipend. Okay, so there is a 2 modes. It's based upon your marks, whether you have given the junior research fellowship exam. Based upon this, department will decide who will get the stipend for the PhD, or there are certain people who have non-stipend also. Okay, so they are giving that there will be if you are non-stipend women, and they will get 240 days of leave, that is a maternity leave, can be given. So that is why this duration is increasing. Okay, so based upon this, this is the next step, that is once you got into the PhD, that you should show continuous progress. You should follow all ethical rules and regulation in the research work. Every 2 months you have to conduct, I think, some research, and some classes you have to complete. Okay, and the only one thing is important is that you can convert, that is from full-time to part-time also. Based upon your situation, you can convert your PhD course from the full-time to part-time mode also, and vice versa. Okay, so these are the re-registration. I think these are the basic important information that has been given for PhD from the Madras University. Okay, so if you have any kind of doubts, you can put in the comment box. I'll try to answer the questions. Thank you.